Well, hello there, and welcome to another episode of The Power of Surrender with Hugh, where every day we are taking a card from this deck here, The Power of Surrender by Dr Judith Orloff, and we are discussing it for food for thought and for your inspiration during this challenging time we're all living through at the moment. Today's card is it's a subject that I talk about a lot in many of my videos that I've put out on IGTV and YouTube and everywhere, and it is surrender to the beauty of the natural world. And I tell the story of how reading Abraham Hicks listening to Abraham Hicks, spiritual speaker, and they made suggestions for 4 things to do every day to help you get more in spiritual alignment. And one of those things was go to walk every day to the park if you can, or go outdoors, and the instructions were, as you're going through the park, walk slowly, take your time, look around, look at the trees, the flowers, all the experiences that are happening in the park, and just slow down and appreciate those things that are happening. Well, it was such a profound experience when I went and did that. I realized how quickly I would walk through the park normally, and I really obviously was like, wow. And you kind of go into a different mode. You kind of help me relax and kind of chill out a little bit and have more appreciation for the park. And then I would just love to go to the park and sit there. And it was really difficult when the lockdown first occurred. I was staying, my landlord at the time was high risk for the virus, and I didn't think it was right to be going in and out all the time. So I think for the first 30 days or something, or longer, I didn't go out to the park at all. And oh my God, when I went to the park, oh my God, it was like hallelujah. Like I saw angels. I made an episode about it actually, and you can see me in the park sitting there by a tree. I looked like a child of about 3. I was so happy. And so you get to learn the power, to surrender to the power and the beauty of the natural world. And let me read what it says to you on the card. You should go check out I think it's from Hugh Talk, this show that I had called Hugh Talk, and it was like, 15, 16 episodes in. Anyway, this says, take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. And I want to tell you about that as well, because I was reading this other book that my mentor gave to me, and it was about abundance. And we somehow tell ourselves over time that, abundance is only for certain people, and abundance of love, or abundance of money, or abundance of whatever it is you're wanting abundance of. That we get into this idea that we can't have it all, or we can't have an abundance of anything. And one of the things that this book talked about was there is actually an abundance of things all around you. It just depends on your perspective. And one of the things for me about sitting in the park, for example, is going, wow, like there is just this abundance of nature. In this park that I was in, that I was describing earlier, there were squirrels running all over the place. There's people going through with their kids. There's dogs being walked, running through as well. So you've got all kinds of activity. But just within, there's little spots in that park that are super quiet, that you could sit there on certain days and be almost by yourself. And there was incredible trees and overhanging of leaves, and it was beautiful. And I was sitting there going, how could I walk through this on many occasions before and almost feel like I've never seen it before? And that's just because I changed my perspective on it and realized there is an abundance of life and energy and love. If you consider that the energy of the universe is love, you start to see it's everywhere here. It's absolutely astounding. And maybe you think I sound like a hippie, but it's absolutely, go and try it yourself. Go to the park, slow down, look around at everything that's all around you. It will blow your mind. Absolutely. And it's the same thing, go to the ocean. Go to the beach, do the same thing down there. One of the things I love to do, as I've talked about many times before, is grounding. Take my socks and shoes off, which I did yesterday. it's a different experience now in the autumn or the winter. My feet were absolutely filthy because it's so mucky in the park now. But it's okay. It's okay for you germaphobes. I brought some stuff to clean my feet after. But it was so worth it. The same walking in the ocean, putting your feet in the water, even if it's really cold, it's still such a powerful, beautiful thing, connecting you with Mother Earth, the divine feminine power of Mother Earth. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And so this card, again, I'm going to read it to you because I want the words of the card here to be the last thing we talk about here before we close up today's episode. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. And I know people say the ecstasy, what are you talking about? No, really, absolutely. Because when you slow down and you start looking around, and it's all of a sudden things like, for example, the wind blowing through the trees and the way they move, or especially in the autumn or the winter, the odd time that the sun does break through the leaves and you feel that sunlight in your face when it's cold, it is ecstasy. It's absolutely beautiful. And so I find this experience now in no matter what park I go to. I have there's Millwall Park not far away from me, there's Mudshoot Park, and there's this park that's just about 5 minutes away from me here that's right by the Thames. And just like I'm sitting there in the park looking around, and you've got all the tall buildings here in the Canary Wharf area behind you, and then you've got the Thames there in front of you, and you've got the boats going up and down. It's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely beautiful, and again, it's just changing your perspective on it and having this appreciation, surrendering to the beauty of the natural world. And it's just, to me, it's like meditation. If I don't meditate for a couple of days, you really feel the difference. If you don't go into nature, you really feel the difference. So very, very powerful thoughts here in this card. I hope that some of you would listen to this and take the suggestion of going walking in the park every day and trying that slowing down experience. I think you'd be amazed at it. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So my friends, I'll be back with another episode, another card tomorrow. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Boom.